Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's all about Korea and life in Korea. If you're interested in this kind of topic, please like the video and subscribe to not miss any more informational videos about Korea. And in this specific video, I'm going to show you how to find a Korean university which offers a Korean language program. I studied myself at the Seoul National University in Daejeon, which I really loved. The organization was very well, the classes were very well. The teachers were a lot of fun to study with. I stayed there for a year. I went through this whole process, applying, going through the screening, applying for the visa, and so on and so on. I will tell you things from my personal experience, and I hope that will help you too. So if you want to come to Korea and learn Korean, but you don't know where to start or how to do everything, this video is for you. In this video, I will show you where to find universities which offer this kind of program, how to find a good university among those, and where to find the information for the language programs actually in detail. Let's go. So question number one is, where do you actually start? How do you find a university which offers actually a language program? There is a specific website that I will show you now, which contains all universities. There are also scholarship information. There is information about bachelor's or master's studies in Korea, but also information about the language program in Korea. And this website is Study in Korea. So this is how the website is looking. It's in Korean, first of all, but you can find the different languages here. So it translates to English, for example, and then you can find more information. As you see, there is also scholarship and some other things. But where we are going is, we're scrolling down and then you see university search. And here would be everything in Korean too, but the website is translating automatically into English. So here we are. And here you can look for different regions. So if you have an idea where you want to go, for example, Seoul or Busan or Jeju maybe, you can just choose, let's say Seoul, and then procedure, and then you go. As you can see, there are many other things too, but we are going to international student, language student, because if you are taking a Korean language course in Korea, you are going to be officially a language student. And then you just do search. You don't need to put anything in here. And then you see already several universities in Seoul which are offering a Korean language program. So you can just scroll through the universities and check. There are many in Seoul, as you can see. Let's check Seoul National University. That's the best and most famous in Korea. So here you can see general information about it, some other stuff, and Korean language program actually. So if you check here, there is not much information. You can see that its training period is 200 hours and you can apply 4 times a year. So for spring, summer, autumn, or winter. So let's go back to general information, and there is actually a website to the Korean language program. So it's not just to the university, but to the language program itself already. It's all in Korean, but don't be too shocked. If you want, you can just translate it by Google Translate, but there is also an English site actually, so we're going there. And here is everything in English, so you can check all the information in English here. So what can you find on this website? Here you can find an introduction to the Language Center of SNU, the Seoul National University, information about the classes. There are special classes, Jihaeng campus. I'm not sure what that is, but you can read about it. The teachers and the student life, like insurance, buddy program, dormitory, etc., etc. So basically all of the important things that you need to know. So we will check the regular courses, the information. On the first side you will find just a description and also academic schedule. So you can see when the semesters are running, when the application period is, when you get the acceptance email, and when the placement tests are taking place. So for example, if you want to start studying Korean in spring, the courses would start on March 4th, and usually you would see here the application period. I'm not sure why it's not written here, but you can always ask the university if you're having some missing information. The best is just to write them an email and ask. You can see that on 8th January you would get a result if you're accepted or if you're not accepted. And if you want to start not from level 1 but from level 2 or 3, so like in a higher level, you will need to take a placement test. They are different depending on the university, so either they are like a short speaking test, so you have to talk to a university worker, maybe like a short interview in Korean, or maybe something else. I don't know how SNU is doing this exactly. You can ask them just how it's going on, and yeah, they will most likely tell you. Then you will find here the course description. So they are usually morning and afternoon classes. As you see, it goes 10 weeks at SNU. Some universities are doing 12 weeks. It's 200 hours per semester. So in 10 weeks, you're doing 200 hours of Korean. It's 4 hours per day, Monday to Friday. Approximately 12 to 16 students per class. And there are also cultural experiences and elective classes. For example, you can take topic classes at this university, as long as I know. And then you see when the morning classes are running, when the exact periods are, and the same for the afternoon classes. As long as I know, you can choose actually at SNU if you go to the morning class or to the afternoon class. At some universities, you're just assigned randomly, so you cannot really choose, but at SNU you can choose. So some universities are doing it differently. Then there are also academic classes if you plan to study maybe bachelor's or master's. And also some examples for cultural activities that they are doing, so like taekwondo, samulnori, or visit a concert hall. We also had some cooking classes. They're also offering some cooking classes, or going to cinema or something like that. Some people are going to amusement parks, as long as I know. Yeah, so there are different things. At my university, per semester, we had one cultural experience class, so it was like one day where we didn't study Korean, but where we actually did something else. And then you can actually check the content of the course, or what you are doing or what you are going to learn in level 1, level 2, level 3, and so on, like enough vocabulary for everyday life, idiomatic expressions, various topics such as looking for a room, moving, broken television fixed, and so on and so on. So you can check what exactly you're actually learning there. Then elective classes. At my university, I think we didn't really have elective classes, but here you have topic exam preparation classes, or Korean alphabet class, basic grammar class. So you see they have some additional offers, additional things. Academic information. Here you will find how actually your work and your studying is being evaluated. Usually you have 2 exams per semester, a midterm exam and a final exam. and they have different parts. So listening, speaking, reading, writing, and they're evaluated differently, and then you get your grade. So you can check all the information here. Also attendance, because your visa is connected actually to the Korean class. You have to go to the Korean class, and if you are not attending enough classes, if you are missing too many classes, it might happen that your visa will be cancelled and you have to leave Korea. So it's good to check under which circumstances you might be at the limit, or how many classes you can skip or you cannot skip. So you will find all this information here. Also, when you can move on to the next level, for example, you have to attend at least 80% of the total classes and score at least 70% to complete the level. Then they also offer scholarships, which is pretty cool. So for example, if you're in the top 5% of the students, you can receive 200 won for the next semester. So basically it works like this: if you scored really high in the spring semester and you're continuing studying in the summer semester, you will get that money in the summer semester. You still have to pay the whole money for this semester, and you will get transferred this amount of money. Some universities are doing a bit differently. In my university, it was like the top 3 students had to get a specific amount of points, and then like the top student got, I think, 200,000, the number 2 got 100,000, and I think number 3 got like 50 or something like that. And then they also have some other things like volunteer scholarship, which we didn't have. I don't know about this. And also some other information about student card and so on and so on. So you can check everything here. Actually, the application process, so like online application, then they screen, then you get the notification of acceptance, then you have to pay, and then you get the letter of admission, and the letter of admission is needed to actually apply for the student visa. So you first have to be admitted, pay the money, then get the letter of admission, and then you can apply for the visa at the Korean embassy in your country. So that's the process, and you have all the application documents that you need for the university. You can see here. Many things are actually needed for the visa, not for the university itself, but I think university probably also has to confirm that with the embassy when you are applying. So you have to prepare everything for the admission already. Then the registration. Here you actually see the tuition payment. So how much do you have to pay per semester at SNU? You see morning class are 1.8 million won, and afternoon classes are a bit cheaper here. Some universities are having the same prices. You should keep in mind that Seoul National University is one of the most expensive ones in Korea. It's not the most expensive. I think Yonsei was the most expensive, but it's pretty close to Yonsei. If you want to find a cheaper university, you have to check university by university, so every website, every university one by one, which one is cheaper. If you go outside of Seoul, if you consider other cities, Daejeon, Daegu, Jeju, maybe, they will most likely be cheaper than this. But they are all 1 million something most of the time. In Daejeon, I think it was 1.3 million per semester. It's like 1,000 euros per semester. And then you can also get a refund. So if you cannot come, if you don't want to come, if something else happens, you can still get a refund depending on the time. So if there is a problem, you can check the information when you can still like cancel your registration and still get the whole money, or maybe just some pieces of the money. Some information here. Then you have here dormitory and also some information even on the visa. So they're telling you that you actually have applied by yourself. You need letter of admission, the bank statement. It's like $10,000 that you need to have in your bank account. It depends on the country if you have to have this money just at this moment. I know for some countries you have to have this amount of money for like half a year. As long as I know, it also doesn't have to be your bank account. It can also be your parents' bank account, for example. Please check that with the university too, or with the embassy. And then you need a letter of sponsorship, some other documents which you really have to check with the embassy in your country. And you are applying by yourself. So the university is not applying for you, you are applying by yourself. And then they have some documents how to extend the visa. So when you're already in Korea and you decide to stay longer, usually the visa is only for half a year. So even if you paid for a year, for example, for 4 semesters, you still just get the visa for half a year. That's normal because the visa is really just giving you for half a year. There is no language student visa for a whole year. So you have to extend it anyhow. And here you can see what papers you need to extend the visa. I don't know if SNU is doing it for you. At my university, our university extended the visa. So basically they collected all the papers and then they sent it to the immigration office, and then we just got our residence card back already with the stamp. I think some universities are not doing that. Maybe you have to go by yourself to the immigration office to extend the visa. And then here are also some information about the alien registration card, or the residence card, how it's called nowadays. Please submit to the immigration office in person. So actually, as it seems, SNU is maybe not doing that for you, so you have to go there. In my university, they gathered all the students together, and then we went all together with a big group to the immigration office to apply for the alien registration card. Maybe SNU is not doing that. As you see, every university is a bit different in details, but they are similar. Like the semesters are running roughly at the same time. They roughly have the same length. They roughly have the same contents that they are teaching. So one tip that I can give you additionally, as you can see on this website, there are really a lot of information that you can find already. When you check other universities that we saw here, like Koongmin University, Korea University, they might have a bit different information. They might do things a bit differently. Maybe some universities don't even have enough information, because SNU really has a lot of detailed information, which is a big plus for the university. So it tells you that the university is very good. This is how you can tell apart if a university and the language program will be good or not good. If they have a lot of information on the website, that's really good. If they are missing something and you need more information and you have some questions, write them an email. I think for SNU, I personally would just go to introductions, and then I see professors here. And there is also staff, office manager, for example. So they have an email here. I would just write to the office manager. I don't know what the other people are doing. Regular program, classroom management, speech contest. Maybe this person, I don't know. I would just write to the office manager and just ask the questions there. And then you can see how good actually the university is working. Are they answering quickly enough to your email? Are they answering properly to your questions? Maybe they're avoiding something. Maybe they are not giving you enough information. Maybe they are taking like days to answer you. From this, you can see how probably the university is working, how the language program is going to be, if it's messy, if it's not messy. So if they're answering quickly and if they're answering very well to your questions, you can be quite sure that also the language program will be pretty good, most likely, and also the organization of the university and the students will be quite good, I think. Another hint that I can give you is there are private and there are national universities in Korea. I would put the national universities a bit higher in my rank because they are connected to the government. So they're not just having like their internally regulations, but they actually are organized by the government. So they have to have some specific standards anyhow, and they have to go specific ways, and they could have specific like connections, maybe, like for example, I also went to a national university for the Korean language program, and like they were doing things with the immigration office where the students were not much involved. Like we didn't have to do a lot by ourselves. The university did some organizational work, which was pretty comfortable. Think about that too. So I think national universities have just specific standards that they have to meet, and they might have some advantages also for bureaucracy and those kind of things. I think I would prefer a national university over a private university in Korea. So guys, I hope that helped you a bit. You can check also all the other universities, unfortunately one by one, so you cannot just see, at least I don't know if there is any like an overview of universities. Yeah, you can just check one by one the universities and then find the ones that you like the most, that fit you the most, and yeah, just apply there. You will see all the information, or as I said, just write to them if they don't have enough information. In the next video, I will tell you how actually the Korean language program is working if you are already in Korea. So stay tuned. And if you have any further questions, please write them in the comments. I will try to answer everything that I know. So if you liked the video and it was helpful to you and you would like to see more of my videos, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!